In this video, I will show you how to install a WordPress website manually. Just follow these 5 easy steps to install a new WordPress website. I will go through the step one by one. The first step is to download the latest WordPress file. So we just go to while I open the browser, go to a WordPress website, wordpress.org. Look for a button called Download WordPress. Click on this and click on Download the WordPress. Okay, while waiting for the download to complete, we proceed to step number 2. Step number 2 is to create a new database. Before you install any WordPress website, you need to create a database and then user ID and password for the website. So the easiest way to create a database is through a hosting cPanel. So let's log into a cPanel. My hosting cPanel account. After login, look for a section called database. Okay. So before I forget, before you create a database, you need to make sure that you already add in your domain name to your cPanel. So if you're not yet add in your domain name, you need to go to this section domain, click on add on domain, type in your new domain name. This is my domain name. I already added. So if you're not yet added your domain name, please make sure you add in your new domain name, type in your domain name, user ID and password, and click on add domain. So let's go back to proceed to create a database. So look for the section called database. Click on this small icon, MySQL database. Put in the database name. And click the create database button. Okay, the database already created successfully. Make sure you copy down the database name because later you will need to use the information. So just select the database name and copy. Just keep my database name here. Just paste. This is my database name. So we go back to our cPanel. So click the go back button. After you create your database name, you need to create a new database user ID for your database. So you just scroll down under the section MySQL user, you add in a new database user. Put in a username. I would suggest you to use the password generator so that you have a very strong password. Click on the password generator. So this is a password generated. Just select the whole password, right hand click, copy the password. So I have copied a password to a safe place. I open my notepad again. I put in my database password. Just right hand click, paste my password. Go back to my cPanel. Click on this checkbox. I have copied this password into a safe place and click on the U password. Okay, so the password will be automatically populated over here. Then just proceed to click the create user button. So the user already successfully created this user ID with the password. I already copied the password, so I will copy my user ID. Highlight the user ID, right hand click, copy. I put my user ID here. Right hand click, paste. This is my user ID. So we go back to our cPanel. So after you create your database ID and password, you need to grant access for the new user ID to the new database you create. So you need to select the new user ID. Just now you created. This is the new user ID. and also the new database just now we created. This is the new database. Make sure it's correct. This is the user ID and this is the database. So we go and check and double confirm. This is the database name. This is the database user ID. Okay, so after you make sure the user ID and the database is correct, you just click on the add button and make sure you select this checkbox, all privilege, so that you granted this user ID with all access to the database you created. Then click on this button, make changes. Okay, that's all for the creating a database. So we already completed step number 2, creating a new database. So the next step is actually to unzip the WordPress file just now you download and make the changes on the WP config file for the new database name, user ID and the password. So I already downloaded the WordPress file. Okay, so I go to my desktop. So this is the WordPress file just now I download. Just unzip your WordPress file. I just unzip it to my desktop. Just take a few seconds to unzip the file. Okay, so this is the folder that I unzip my WordPress file. So you just open the folder, go into the WordPress folder, look for a file name called WP config sample. So you need to rename this WP config sample file to WP config only. So just right hand click, rename, remove the dash sample, remove it and save it. So now you have a new file called WP config. So just open the file, open the WP config file, scroll down, you will see a section, the database username, database password and the database name. So you need to make sure you put in the database name, the user ID and password that just now you created. So the first one is the database name. So I need to put in the database name here. So we go back, we copy our database name. This is the database name. Right hand click, copy. Go to the config file. Make sure you put in the database name between the code, the single quote. You cannot remove the single quote. Make sure you put in, right click, paste your database name inside the single quote. The next one is the database username. So same thing, go back, copy your database user ID, copy, go to the config file, put in your username here, paste. Make sure it's inside the single quote. The next one is the database password. So copy the password, go to the config file, put the password here, paste. So make sure the database name is there, the user ID already changed and the password. Then click on save. Okay, so close the file. So you need to, we already complete the step number 3, unzip and change the WP config file. So you need to proceed to upload this WordPress file to your hosting server. So the easiest way to upload the WordPress file, the easiest and fastest way actually is for you to zip the file again and upload the file to your hosting server. So let's go back to the just now the folder. This is the WordPress file just now we unzip, and the WP config file that we already do the changes. Just select all, right hand click, zip the file again, zip all the file. So I just rename my zip file to a meaningful name. Maybe I just put WP install. So I need to upload this file to the hosting server. So let's go back to the cPanel account. This is step number 4, upload the WordPress file to the hosting server. Go to your cPanel account, home, look for a section called files, and a shortcut called File Manager. So click on File Manager. This is to transfer the file from your desktop or your local PC or notebook to the hosting server. Click on the File Manager. Make sure you select the correct document root. This is the domain name that you are going to install your WordPress website. Click the Go button. So make sure this is the correct URL, the domain name that you are going to install your website. Click on the Upload menu, and you browse for the file, the zip file just now you just zip. So this is the zip file, the WP install. Let's open it. So it's starting to upload. So I will stop the video a while to wait for the file to upload. Okay, looks like the file already completed upload. You can see here it's already completed. So we will go back to our cPanel. You just click the look for the reload button. Just refresh the page again. You can see the file already uploaded. So you need to extract the file over here. So select this file, select, highlight and select the zip file, and click on the extract button. Make sure this is your domain name, extract file. Okay, so all the file already extracted over here. Close. Then click for the reload again. Okay, you can see all the file already here. So this is step number 4. Upload WordPress file to the hosting server. So then we go to the final step, step number 5, install the WordPress for your new domain name. So we go to a browser. I open a new browser. So type in the URL. You just type in the domain name that you want to install, the WordPress website, and /wp-admin, and click enter. So you will come to this WordPress installation page. So you just key in some simple information, your site name, title, put in social, this is maybe the website title, the username, admin, and password. So put in your email address. Now make sure you click this button, allow search engine to index this site, so that is available on the search engine, and click on the install WordPress. Okay, so you already completed install the WordPress website. So to log into your WordPress admin, you just click on this login, put in the user ID and just on the password. Click on login. Okay, so you have successfully installed your WordPress website. So we go back, just you go through the step again. Step number 1, to download the latest WordPress zip file. Step number 2, create the database. Step number 3, unzip and change the config file. Step number 4, upload the WordPress file to your hosting server. And step number 5, install the WordPress website.